All right. Welcome back, everyone. For today's deep dive, we're going to be looking into graphic design education.
Sounds good.
I know you're super interested in this,
Yeah.
and I think we've got some really fascinating source material to dig into today.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
We're actually going to be looking at a promotional video
Okay.
for a specific graphic design school.
Cool.
It's called Compact LMS, and it's located in Howrah, West Bengal, India.
Wow. India.
Yeah, pretty cool. And I know, not everyone listening is going to be jet setting off to India to study graphic design, but
Right.
I think there's a lot we can unpack here
Okay.
about like what makes for great graphic design education,
I see.
whether you're, taking classes online, in person, or even just teaching yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what kind of stuff stood out to you about Compact LMS?
Well, watching their video, I noticed they really seem to hit on some familiar notes, right?
Like what?
They cater to all skill levels from beginners to more advanced students.
Huh.
So that kind of implies it's a very welcoming environment.
Yeah, that's nice, especially if you're just starting out.
Exactly. Well, here's where it gets a little more interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
They really emphasize like hands-on learning and building practical skills.
Okay, that's pretty common these days. Every design school says that, don't they?
They do, but what's really cool is they actually use this phrase in the video. Let me see if I can remember it. What sets them apart?
Ooh, a little mysterious. I like it. So what is it that sets them apart?
Well, I guess we'll have to dive in and find out.
Sounds like a plan.
So I feel like we should talk about the elephant in the room,
Oh, which elephant would that be?
the portfolio.
Oh, the portfolio. Yes, absolutely.
It's like the graphic designer's ultimate mixtape.
You know what? That's actually a really good analogy. It's how you show off your skills, your style, what you're capable of.
But I mean, what makes a portfolio actually stand out?
That is the question, isn't it? I would say it's all about showing, not just telling. A good portfolio demonstrates your skills, your style, your problem-solving abilities. It's proof you can take a concept and turn it into a visually compelling, effective design.
Okay, I get that. Show, don't tell. But what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, think about it this way. If you're applying for a job, let's say at a design agency, they're going to be looking at your portfolio to see if you have the skills they need. Can you design a logo? Can you create a website layout? Do you understand typography? All of that needs to be showcased in your portfolio.
Right, okay.
And it's not just about the technical stuff either. Your portfolio also needs to showcase your creativity, your unique style. That's what will make you stand out from the crowd.
So how does Compact LMS help students build these awesome portfolios then?
Well, they actually highlight that they give students real-world projects to work on, which is a huge step in the right direction. It gives them the opportunity to apply what they've learned in a practical setting and build up a body of work they can be proud of.
So I noticed that they specifically call out Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator in their video.
Oh, yeah, those are like the industry standard tools. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like they're every graphic designer's trusty Swiss Army knives.
I like that. But I think it's important to remember that it's not just about knowing the tools, it's about knowing how to use them effectively.
So what does that mean? Like what skills do you need to actually excel with Photoshop and Illustrator beyond just like knowing where the buttons are?
Right. You need a solid understanding of image manipulation, vector graphics, how to use layers effectively, typography.
Oh, typography. Yes, that's a whole world in itself, right?
Absolutely. And those are just the technical skills. You also need a good eye for composition, color, and the ability to translate a client's vision into a visual language.
Speaking of visual language,
Yes.
Compact LMS also talks about helping students develop their own design style.
Ah, yes. It's so important, isn't it?
It's fascinating to me how in a field that's as visual as graphic design, like having that unique fingerprint can make such a difference.
It makes all the difference. It's like a musician's signature sound or an author's voice. It's what makes your work yours.
So how do you even go about developing your design style?
Well, it's a journey, right? It's about understanding design principles, being inspired by different movements and designers, and ultimately letting your own personality shine through in your work.
So it's not just about the technical stuff, right?
Definitely not.
Because I remember there were a couple of student testimonials in the video.
Right.
And one of them specifically mentioned a boost in confidence after taking courses at Compact LMS.
Confidence is key.
And another student talked about learning things like color theory and typography.
Oh, those are fundamental to graphic design.
Okay, so why are those so important?
Well, let's take color theory, for example. It's not just about picking pretty colors. It's understanding how colors work together, how they evoke emotions, and how to use them strategically to convey a message.
Okay, so it's like there's actually a science behind it.
Exactly. Same with typography. Different fonts carry different weights, different personalities. Mastering those foundational elements is crucial for any aspiring designer.
So coming back to confidence for a sec,
Yeah.
that really struck me too. Because in a fields where you're constantly putting your work out there to be, judged and critiqued, that inner strength seems really important.
Oh, it's essential. You need to be able to take feedback, learn from your mistakes, and keep pushing forward.
So what do you think good design education can do to help students develop that confidence?
It's about creating a supportive learning environment where experimentation is encouraged and feedback is constructive, not soul-crushing. Helping students understand that mistakes are part of the process, giving them space to find their voice, that can make a world of difference.
Okay, so to kind of wrap up our little peek into Compact LMS,
Yes,
it seems like they're really ticking a lot of the boxes, right?
definitely.
They're focusing on software skills, portfolio building, personal style, even the confidence aspect.
It sounds like a really well-rounded program.
But the question is, are these things unique to them?
Hmm.
Or are they just reflective of some sort of wider trends that are happening in graphic design education around the world?
I'd say that from what I've observed, these are definitely trends we're seeing across the board in design schools and programs. The focus on practical skills, real-world experience, and nurturing individual style is becoming more and more common, which is fantastic news for anyone entering the field.
So even if someone's not going to India to study, there are still some great takeaways here about what to look for in a strong graphic design program.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a formal program or, self-directed learning, I guess the key is to prioritize building those core skills.
Huh.
Mastering the tools, developing that portfolio, finding your unique style, and, of course, like we were just saying, cultivating that designer's confidence.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, hey,
Hmm.
thanks for joining me on this deep dive into graphic design education.
This was fun.
And for everyone listening, I'll leave you with a final thought.
Okay. Hit me with it.
In today's world, with so many resources available online, so many ways to learn,
Oh, yeah.
how do you see the balance shifting between formal education and self-teaching for aspiring designers? It's something to ponder as you continue your own creative journey.
That is a great question.
Until next time,
See you later.
bye.